Hey guys, this is David Nguyen with the Mortgage Edge podcast, brought to you by Click and Close Mortgage. Today, I got a very special guest, a very good friend of mine, Jose Garza from Houston, Texas. One of the biggest realtor and kindest person I've ever met. Jose, welcome to the show. What's up, brother?
Hey, buddy. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. This is a pleasure to be on this great show, man.
Well, I'm so used to talking to you as you go that have you sit down and chill for a little bit it is kind of a luxury here. So thank you for giving us the time of day today on a Friday because I know you're busy. Um, so high power realtor from Houston, Texas, but you got a great story, man. You've only been in real estate for how long? Like 6 years?
6 years. Yes, I come from the background of supply chain management. I've been in supply chain for over 15, 20 years, going back and forth. I was in the oil and gas industry and import exports. And that was shifting for me. And my friends would call me all the time. Jose, you bought a house already. Can you help me? And one day my wife said, hey, have you ever thought about just getting your license and doing this part time? And it shifted. It made me what I am now.
That's that's awesome. So when did you make so did you do both jobs for a while or
I was only able to do both jobs for about a couple of months
Mhm.
because, some people say if you have two people that you have to be taking care of, you're going to be wrong with one. So
Right.
for me, it was very important to do the best quality because real estate for me is a passion. For me, real estate is knowing that your money is going to one of the most important investments in your life. It can be for your primary house, or you can be an investor buying 20 houses. The power of real estate goes beyond of what some people think, right?
Yeah.
So I started seeing the potential that I had and the impact that I was doing to friends and family. And I'm like, I want to be more part of this. And also, you'll see in the market that there's people out there that really is not looking at the best interest. They think it's just selling a house, and it's not that. It's about knowing, hey, what schools do you have around you? Is it close by my job? Am I going to have any issues in the future? Do you have an HOA and how much? All these little details go a long way once you're looking at the whole scope of things. And I mean, you know this, Dave, more than anybody, right? We're in Texas, right?
Yeah.
This is a hot market. So imagine you going and moving to another state, not knowing not even what you're getting into, and you come across an agent that is not open to tell you because we do business different. We have um, contracts that are different. Some states you deal with a lawyer, some states you don't, right? And even though you do have the right to use one, I mean, it's not a common practice, right? So having a good agent on your side is very important. And so for me, at the time of choosing to go 100% real estate, that was one of the most important things for me. Just trying to give back to the community what they deserve. It's an important move, and we have to make sure that they're taken care of.
And I love your story, brother. 6 years in the business and you have veteran numbers. You're knocking it out of the ballpark, man. But I want to talk about that first year because you told me a very interesting story of how you got your leads. Um, let's talk about your first year production because most realtors first year, if they're lucky, do six to eight transactions. Heck, let's be honest. The industry as a whole, 60 or 70% of the realtors didn't sell zero transactions last year. But
Yeah.
let's go back all the way to the first year where how what you sold and how you got your leads. And but the amazing story is let's talk about how many open houses you did because I think it's I don't see how you did because I think it's impossible. But
I did
let's talk
over
about that.
53 open houses. I did
53
over,
open houses in 1 year. How's that even possible? Is that one on Saturday, one on Sunday, or is that two a day? Or
I
what
mean,
was that?
it was one a week, right? You got
Yeah.
53 open, you have 53 weeks. So it was a lot of people, I would ask all these top agents. And unfortunately, I joined a brokerage, but I did not join a team. I thought that I could do it by myself. And because I
Yeah.
didn't want the pressure, because for a couple of months, for 4 months, I was doing both jobs. So I didn't want the pressure. So I said, I need the leads because if I'm going to take off, I need to do something. So I would do it on the weekends. So I did 50 over 52 open houses, 53 open houses. And every single weekend I was doing an open house. Some days there was two. Some weekends I wasn't able to do it because guess what? I'm showing the ones I met last weekend, right?
Yeah.
Now they want to go see houses. But for me, it was a numbers game. The more I can be out there, the better. So yes, I did over 53 open houses. I got 8 transactions done from it, which
Awesome.
referred me to 4 more deals in the future. It was phenomenal. That year I did over 24 transactions and the
The
rest is
rest is
history.
history. You've been killing it ever since. So
Yes.
you're kind of unique. You know, you don't do any you don't all your leads are organic. Is that right?
Well, no. I mean, for the first year, yes.
Right?
Now I've been marketing myself and I've been doing certain things different. But not anymore. Now at this point, my personal leads, I handle them myself, and yes, they're mostly organic.
Yeah.
But I pay because now I run a team and I try
Yeah.
to give back to the team. And
Yeah.
that's how I give them extra leads. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about your team a little bit. How many realtors do you have underneath you right now?
Right now, I have a total of 4 realtors under me. 3 of them are directly under my team. I have a marketing specialist to help me out. I also have a transaction coordinator. And the thing is that we have to understand what are we good at, right? What is your time best invested. So for me, I like helping people out. For me, it's me going out there, meeting people, showing houses, seeing what the best interest. It's not for me being on TikTok, right? So that's why I have somebody to help me out with all the marketing on that side. And also, for me is I need to provide the best service to everybody that's my client. And even though I have a lot of work, I want to provide them the best service. And the only way to do that is having people to help you out. So keeping your dates in check because it's anxiety, right? Oh my God, I just did the best purchase, the biggest purchase of my life. And Jose hasn't called me all week to tell me what's going on with my loan, or he hasn't told me what's going on with the inspection report, or what's going on with the closing that's coming up in 10 days, right?
Yeah.
So being able to provide that service is very important to me. It's not
No,
about how much
it's
you make and how much you spend. That does not matter. It's the quality of service to to the people.
well, that's why they keep coming back. You know, in our business, it's not one and done. A lot of people think, hey, they're going to buy one house from me and they're done. That's not the case. You know, in your if most people buy anywhere from 3 to 5 houses in their lifetime, and forget about the referrals that they have. You know,
Yes.
so it's you know even if you get a little bit left. It's that ongoing communication. That's why you have so many repeat customers, Jose, because you're so good
Thank you.
at what you do. But
Yes.
let's talk about a little bit about your heritage and the clientele. Obviously, you cater to everybody, but you kind of got just a little bit of a niche clientele. You're bilingual,
Yes.
so a lot of your clientele is of Hispanic descent, right? Or speak Spanish,
Yeah,
and
I got
so
a
you're
big
able to
portion of
communicate
that.
with them.
Yes, I got a big portion of that because I'm bilingual, right?
Yeah,
Um, so it's very important, one, to take care of people, right? So
yeah,
they see me. So people want to work with people that they know you, like you, and trust you. So if you can speak their language, it's a plus, right? And so yes, I do have a big population of Hispanics that I take care of, but I take care of anybody that needs help. I don't anybody, if you are doing things right, I will be there to help you and guide you through the entire process and believe in the dream of home ownership, right? And that's the
yeah,
thing that not everybody understand because people being in such a diverse city that Houston is,
yeah,
people don't understand that not everybody does things the same way. Some people think, hey, I need a minimum of 20% down payment. Some people think, hey, I got to buy 50% down payment. Some people say there's no other way than cash. And you know what? Cash is king in Houston, right? Cash is
yeah.
king in the United States. So having the ability to finance, it's great because you're making a dream come true. And not only that, knowing that the price of the house year to year goes up and up and up. And if you do have a weak year, let's assume that you have a weak year and your house just stabilized. Well, all the upgrades, all the investing that you're doing to that house will give value, and within time it will eventually keep on going up, right? And knowing that it's yours, you're fixing a house that's yours. You're fixing a house that you're living in it, you're taking advantage of it. It's a beautiful process, right?
No, it's very much so. And let's talk about that a little bit. No, it's surprising in this day and age how many people I talk to as a mortgage lender that they think that, hey, I have to have 20% down. They just don't know. It's not their fault. They just don't know. And especially with programs today with down payment assistance and financing and stuff like that, there's programs out there where you can literally move into a house with zero down and they're completely taken back by it. I mean, imagine that, you
And
know?
negotiating with the price of the sale of the house as well. You can also get concessions, right?
Yeah.
You can get concessions from the seller. You can get help from the loan side, down payment assistance programs. I've done deals where people get money back at closing.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know,
they're out there, and but again, it's just it's our job to educate them because they don't know. How many times has someone come to you or you talk to someone and go, I don't think I can get one, and then all of a sudden, 30 days later, they're buying their first house. That
oh,
happened.
many times, many times. I had a guy in the middle of the pandemic when everybody's buying a house, right?
Yeah,
And he calls me up and he says, Jose, I got referred to you. Can you please help me out? I'm like, sure. Well, how can I help you? He's like, somebody told me I can't buy a house. I'm like, why not? Because I don't have, 20% down. He only had exactly $10,000. That was it. That's all
right.
his money in the bank.
Yeah.
Well, he calls me. He says, can you make this happen? Made some phone calls, got the right loan, made it happen. The guy has been living in that house for about 5, 6 years. He's one of the first houses that I've sold. And he sends me so many referrals because it made a dream for him. He was
Yeah.
living he wasn't living in his own house. He was living with his parents, with a family of 3 kids. Can
Oh
you
wow.
imagine that? And people telling him no, no, no. But you know that he was a hardworking guy. It's just sometimes with all the expenses of maintaining a family, it's hard. And that's why talking to the right lenders, talking to the right agents, making a game plan is very important. Make sure that your realtor has time for you. And if they don't make time for you, that's not the right realtor.
Absolutely not. So let's talk a little bit about the dynamics of Houston and the demographics. A lot of people don't know this. Did you know 20% of all first-time buyers in the United States today is of Hispanic descent or Hispanic?
Yes.
In the next 20 years, you know what that number is going to be? 70%.
Unbelievable.
70%. That's in the United States, not just Texas, because we have a very strong Hispanic heritage, but we're talking across the United States. So it's one of those areas that you have to cater to. Like I have a team. I have a Spanish team. My team is fluent in Spanish. Because it's just if you understand the demographic, if you understand the people, you can give better customer service. What I mean by that is, we work in a high tech, high volume business. Like, with most of my clients, what I do is I send an online application, they fill it out, and then my team process it and stuff like that. With my Hispanic clients, we don't do that. You know what we do? We old fashioned way. We pick up the phone, call them, or we meet them face to face and say, hey, this is what we want to do. It's just it's a culture thing, and there's people and there's Hispanics that speak English very well, but when they're talking about buying the largest thing in their life, they want to
Yeah.
speak in their native tongue. So
Yes.
that's why it's so important to cater to your clientele the way they want to be spoken to. You got to meet them where they want to be met. That's why I mean, dude, you have a great personality, and the fact that you're bilingual even helps you even more. So
Yeah. It's
uh
very blessed. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So as we sit here, 2025, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think's on the horizon? I mean, tw before we say that, 2024 is a great year for you. Which they said 2024 was the worst year in the last 20 something years for real estate. I
Yes.
didn't see it. You didn't see it. But
I mean, it was there. but I think it's a mental thing. So I take advantage and I see the trends like you just said, right? And the trends are upward. You know,
Yeah.
Texas is growing. A lot of people are moving into Texas. A lot of people are moving to for jobs and investing here, right? So it was a good year last year. I mean, we're trying to see if 2025 comes in better. Already in the first quarter, we saw a jump of business tremendously of about 25% compared to last year.
Yeah.
Not only that, I mean, I know that a lot of people are talking about the commotion of the news. I try to tell y'all, let's look at the positive of what the news is saying. And guess what? Because of all these tariffs, we're seeing that interest rates are going down.
Yep.
So if you were on the side of the fence last year trying to decide if you want to buy, I think right now is the best time to buy. Not only because interest rates are being adjusted and starting going down, second of all, we have an increase of options, right? An increase of houses available, and now you don't have to settle to whatever you see, right? Back in 2021, people were settling. Oh, whatever I can find, that's the house. The thing was investing because interest rates, everybody was running. Now the inventory went up. We have in Houston 4 months of inventory. That's phenomenal. You can pick
Yeah.
and choose. Let's go see 10 houses and pick the one you like, right?
Well, and the key thing here is what a lot of people don't know is you as a realtor have the ability to negotiate closing costs. You know what?
100%.
Back in in 2020, 2021, there was no negotiating. You
There
were
wasn't no
paying ten,
negotiation.
$20,000 over asking price.
At least 10, 20, 30. We saw some crazy numbers. People paying $10,000 over appraised value.
Yeah. Yeah. This is crazy. I had a lady that paid $100,000 over asking price in
Crazy.
2021. Now again, we're talking about a six or $700,000 house, but um,
It's
that's
a lot of
crazy to me.
money. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
no,
crazy.
right
But
now is the time to buy. I think the market is perfect. I think the market is perfect to go buy. Get yourself your first time home, your first home. Start creating memories. Give stability to your family, and keep on going. And be smart of it. Be smart about it. Talk to your loan officer. Talk to your realtor. See what's your plan for 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years. To say, hey, it might be not your forever home. Get into your first house, live in it for a couple of years. You might even convert it into an investment property, right? And go buy
yeah,
yourself your second home later on. Now I'm going to ask you a question. You're the expert on this. If I live in a house for over a year
yeah,
and then I had two babies, let's assume that I bought the first one because I have a baby, and now I grew out of it. My 3 bedroom, 2 bath is no longer good for me, but I don't want to sell it. Can I buy a second home? And do I need 20% down payment for that
no,
second home if I move into it?
absolutely not. And then you can offset the cost of that house by getting a rental analysis to offset that house, and now you can go buy another primary house for as low as 3.5% down or 3%. Depending on what loan program you get. So
And that's what people don't know. And being
yeah,
educated with people like you and like me, Dave, that's the way to go because we can prepare you for the future. When we came, like I was born in the United States, but I was raised in Mexico, right? Nobody taught me how to do it. It's not in the public school to say, hey, this is how you're going to do it. You needed someone that is not selfish, that is willing to make you grow just like we are. Okay. And the more communication and the more information we can provide our teams and our family and our friends and our people around us, the better for the growth. You can make so much generational wealth if you just know the right way to do it. Okay. And there's many ways of doing it. You just need to team up with the right people.
absolutely, absolutely. So let's talk about that personal life a little bit. I we know you're married. You have kids.
Yes, I have 2 kids, 2 wonderful kids, ages 10 and 7. So I'm running around. You can tell that my hair is flying off because I don't have time to do anything, right? I'm just working hard and doing the best and try to service everybody the best way, including my family, right? My wife is a teacher. My kids, one dances and my son is in soccer. So yes, I'm very active. I'm running, like you said at the beginning of this podcast, that I'm always running. If it's not with the kids, it's me working and servicing families.
Let's talk about that work-life balance because I know as a realtor and as a lender, people think that we just cash checks all day. What they don't know is it's real estate's a 24/7 job. My phone is always with me, whether I'm off or not, and there's not a day that I'm not connected to real estate in some way, form, or fashion. One thing I tell people all the time is real estate doesn't sleep. You'd be surprised how many times I get a call at 8 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock at night or whatever, because someone decided right then that they wanted to look at a house or purchase a house and needed numbers.
Yes, there's hardly any balance. I'm sorry to say it, but
It's true.
at the end of the day, is it work if you feel good by helping people out?
No, no, that's why I tell people all the time. It's a work of passion, right? You enjoy it so much it doesn't feel like work. But we have to remind ourselves that our family needs us also.
Yes.
That's one of the reasons why I took this job is because I had a job previous to this where I was a executive VP of a bank and I worked 9 to 5, but I had to be at work.
Yes.
Now I have the freedom to do what I want. If I want to take off 3 hours in the middle of the day, I can do that. I just make up
Right.
for it or whatever. So
Yeah.
that's the benefit of being in real estate.
Yeah.
So
I wake up, I go to the gym, I come home, get my kids ready for school. Right now, that's great. I comb my daughter's hair because that's me being part of her. Being with her. My son, I'll take him to practice every single time that I can. At least two times a week. I'm there with him in practice and just being part of it. Sometimes I have to just walk away because I got to pick up the phone, or sometimes I'll be with my laptop in the field. But um, that's why there's no balance. But just understanding that it's a little bit more flexible within our times, right? But yeah, I have nights that I'm on the phone at 10 o'clock because they want to submit an offer tomorrow morning, and I got to explain to them what we're doing on the contract, and that's our life.
it's awesome, brother. Well, Jose, I know I could talk to you all day long, and we're going to have to do a second podcast to get an update of where your 2025 went. What did we not talk about today that we should have talked about?
Oh wow. Well, just understand that for Garza International Properties, okay, the most important thing is to stay humble, be passionate, be empathetic, okay, and just keep working hard to serve people. I think this is the key for us. And always understand that the best time to buy a house was yesterday. And the second time is today. So get on track. And if y'all need any help, y'all can contact me at 713-551-6186. You got Dave here, one of the best in the market. Don't forget to call him and we can team up and make anything happen. All right.
If you're watching this live, folks, you saw that go across the lower thirds. So if you're in the Houston area or anywhere in Texas, give Jose a call, man. Him and his team is always available for your whatever real estate needs. And if you're bilingual or speak Spanish, he's your man. So definitely give him a call. Well, Jose, thanks for being with us today. My name is David Nguyen. I'm with the Mortgage Edge podcast. Thanks for being with us today. Y'all have a great weekend. Bye, guys.
Talk to y'all later.